I'll never back down. I'll never back down. I'll never back down. I get up when I'm bleeding, barely breathing. I'll never back down.
This is the collision of common sense and comedy. This is Defenders Live.
I was 6 feet under. But now it's your turn to face the fire.
Oh, yeah.
I just realized something we should have done and I didn't do it. Didn't.
What?
I can't tell you now. I'll tell you later.
Okay, tell me later. All right, that's fine. You know, I found a neat trick today.
It's not a magic trick, is it? Like
No, it isn't a magic trick.
It's not. You're
No,
not gonna,
I found a neat trick.
You're not going to pull a card out. From
No.
behind. Okay.
See, you know, my wife is, you know, she gets sad and depressed sometimes.
Don't we all? Yeah. I'm actually sad and depressed. It's
but
summer's over.
It's also seasonal for you, but also other things that are going on. But no, it's like she has, you know,
damn seasonals,
stress and things and stress.
No, she's married to you,
right?
So,
and I don't show emotion, so it makes it hard for her.
That's why you stress her the hell out.
I know, because I don't show anything.
She's like, what in the world?
But I did find a neat trick today that helps relieve a lot of that.
I swear to God, if you say afternoon delight, I'm going to punch you.
I don't have to anymore.
Damn it. Not for nothing. I kind of figured. I had a feeling that was.
Helps out a lot. I'm just saying. It's a worthwhile venture for all you guys out there married. Just want to let you know.
I had a feeling. The moment she came in, is like, I'm in a good mood. I'm like, I think I know why, and I had no idea. I was just literally guessing.
Yeah. No, you right on.
I know now.
Yeah, you were right on the money then.
Yeah, I had a feeling. Daggone it.
But you know, I don't keep up with the sports.
I don't either. I used to.
I don't keep up with the sports because the sports are stupid now.
Sports are dumb. Okay.
And I'm not talking about like, oh, it's a bunch of guys rubbing up against. No, sports are politics.
It's
now.
all politicking.
It's all politicity.
And I
things.
don't like it.
And nobody wants it. And nobody likes it. And you want to know how I know nobody wants it, nobody likes it? Because this in particular,
because you have a
this vidya in particular has been running gambit across the interwebs and just. You know, here, just take for all it is.
Here you go. Oh, yeah.
There he is. There he is. Yes.
Oh, yes.
That's what we're talking about. Wagner, a veteran, right? Get him down. Now get out and let these guys take over.
Jeez.
That's been happening pretty much all day on repeat everywhere else. And just this guy decided that he was going to run the field. And he was going to, you know, do the whole things for animal rights.
For animal rights.
Animal rights at a football game. Because it's the Rams.
What an idiot.
So for animal rights, he's running around with pink smoke.
Good.
I don't know why that's animal rights. I don't get it.
I don't know why you would go to a football game to push for animal rights.
I don't know, but you know,
is he running in a skirt?
I think so. There he is.
No, they're just baggy shorts.
Animal rights, pinky guy. Smash him.
God.
That looks a lot worse from that angle.
No, it looked bad from the first one. Because he just straight up, boom, with the helmet. Helmet.
Two guys right there.
No, but Wagner up in front hit him straight on. He just dropped his head and just plow.
One guy was just blocking the other side to make sure he didn't go away.
Right. He's like, no, we got to make sure we corner him.
And this is the one time where I would say I would have liked to have watched that just in real time, you know?
Just
like, I don't watch sports, but that would have been funny. Why? Because this proves that nobody wants politics in their sports.
True. That is absolutely true.
This is proof. Even the people that are playing do not want the politicking in the sports. They just want to play the game and make their $50 million. Let them alone.
Don't ruin their sweet deal.
It's a sweet deal. Don't
mess
ruin
this
it.
up.
Stop screwing up the deal.
Well, and I mean, like, why? What do you? You're one dude.
Right. One dude. Yeah.
If
It's that one guy.
if television has taught me anything, it's that one man cannot actually make a difference.
Not in that sort of way.
No, not when a lot of people paid a lot of money to come out and watch a game.
Every single one of those people will willingly stop the game just to watch them hang you.
Right. Even the political like people who would normally probably go for this if they happen to be in said football or stadium.
You're right. If they paid for that.
Yeah, they're more pissed off at that point. They're like, you know what? No,
Yeah.
yeah, you're not doing this.
No, not today. Not look.
No.
Look. I do that 7 days a week. Today is my one time.
Yeah, leave me the hell alone.
Don't want it.
Can't just stop it.
Stop. That's it.
It's like I agree with you, but
So there's a story out here now. And it's. Let's put it this way: people are berating this guy,
okay.
and I think he has a slight point, but he's just only pushing it in one angle, and that's the problem.
Okay. You think he's not taking the next step? Is
Right?
basically-
He's not taking it far enough.
Yeah.
Okay, he's probably honest about it,
Yeah.
but he's not taking it far enough.
Right. Which a lot of people don't.
Now, I'm going to use the phrase that you hate because it's written here.
I saw it. That's why I'm looking away and I'm ignoring it.
You ignoring it? I'm still going to say it.
I'm ignoring it because by God, I swear to God, I'm going to start doing it myself and see what happens.
Self-described journalist Aaron Ruper tweeted out on Tuesday that the devil could seek office as a GOP candidate in a red state and secure 45% of the vote at a minimum.
Satan could run as GOP.
Right. And in a red state.
Well, I would argue that technically they thought that already happened with Trump.
That's why he's still doing it.
Anyway, so how I would like to know his explain this. How is that possible? I'd like to know. Inquisitive minds would like to know.
See, he doesn't really explain it because it's a tweet. He just goes in and just doubles down.
That makes it worse.
Right. He just doubles down. Now, here's the deal, right? Here's the deal. I agree, but.
Wait, you agree that?
But.
Okay.
You don't take it far enough.
Okay.
And here's why. Okay? Here's why. Because the same scenario with a higher percentage applies to Democrats in a blue state.
Okay.
So it isn't a red state, blue state issue. It isn't a GOP issue. It isn't anything that has to do with anything anything at all. It is if you are in a blue state or a red state and you can get the backing of the biggest politicians in those states,
right,
or the largest amount of money in those states, you will secure probably up to 45, if not 52% of the vote.
Okay.
To win the candidacy.
Yeah.
No matter who you are.
Well, I mean,
no matter what's going on. You could be Satan, the incarnate of Satan. You could literally be the Leviathan.
I'm just saying, like, isn't that what they say the Bible says at the end is, you know, the guy's going to turn around and he's going to be the beast, but everyone's going to love him.
Right, and that's the point.
He's going to be the hit at parties.
Oh, yeah, right. There's no water into wine. He's just bringing all the alcohols.
Yeah. Yeah,
It's what I'm saying. This has nothing to do with GOP, and that's why I'm saying he doesn't go far enough. Also, he is not a journalist.
Well, of course not, because he's self-described.
Right. He's not a journalist. He's a bomb thrower.
Yeah, he's a not even a what do they call it? There's an actual word.
He's not a commentator, a political analyst.
Yeah.
He's none of this. He is a bomb thrower.
Yeah.
And that's it.
That's all. He is a
That's
nobody.
all he is. He's a nobody bomb thrower. He's basically us, except for he throws bombs. That's it.
But again, I would really like to understand why you just throw that out there. Like, what is your reasoning behind assuming? And obviously,
I mean, do you want to assume what his assumption is? I mean, you want to walk down that road just to.
I mean, obviously he's not exactly. I would go on a limb and say he's not registered as a Republican.
Yes, I'm sure of that.
I'm just throwing that one out there right now.
Right. Okay.
Okay. Just to make sure we're clear. But why? Like, what is going on currently? Unless this is just election time's coming. We've already gotten rid of Trump. Let's continue to bash and make these guys demonize these people as best as we possibly can.
Right.
That way, come November, we're going to be in the clear, and we can say, look, we justly saved the world, or whatever.
Whatever. Yeah.
Whatever stupid thing.
Exactly. Yeah.
I don't know. I would like to know though where you go with just red, because I'm with you on it. It's not for nothing. If you get technical,
it happens on both. This is one of those cases where, okay, sure.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
But it doesn't matter. It happens for,
Yeah, it does not matter.
Republicans and Democrats.
Right. It doesn't matter. It would happen. It would work with all of them. Doesn't matter.
Right.
So, come on, guy.
Come on, guy. The best I got is that you just want to throw bombs and you want to be the guy that comes out and says, the GOP is supporting the devil.
Well, I mean, but it's not for nothing. I'm sure people responded the opposite to that.
Well, they did.
See. And those people are not any better at all.
Singer-songwriter Brad Skistmas.
Oh, I love Christmas.
No, Brad Skistmas.
Oh, Skistmas.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. 5 times August.
Gotcha. No idea.
No idea?
Not a clue.
Not a thing?
Nope.
Yeah, he replied, he said, the sad reality is that Satan himself is already running the country and people like you are too blind to see it.
I agree with him, but I don't think the way he thinks.
Right. To which Rupert replied, get a grip.
Yeah, see, because this is the problem with Twitter, is people just throw things out there without context.
Yeah, and then you don't actually respond to it.
Well, I was going to say, and then what happens is you have one person reading it one way and another person reading something the completely opposite way. And you have this whole, because again, I don't know what Christmas's intent was.
Yeah,
in his statement, but I can guarantee you that that Rupert's response of "get a grip" was his intent, and it was based off his complete misunderstanding and grappling of
his own setup.
Right. So,
yeah.
I'm just saying.
Well, yeah, and I'm right there with you. I mean, really, I'm right there. I completely on board with you on that.
Yeah. I'm just,
you know what I mean?
Stupid is as stupid does.
It's that, and that's why I'm saying he didn't take it far enough.
No.
If you're gonna throw bombs, at least make sure they land everywhere.
Right. Mutual assured destruction. That's what we're aiming for here.
Exactly. That's why we have the Cold War.
Right.
It's the whole deal. If a bomb is thrown, everybody dies. That's what we do here.
Yeah.
Because that's the only fair thing.
All or nothing.
Right.
All or nothing.
Either all in or everybody get out of the pool. That's what.
You either don't mind the pee or you stay away from the pool.
Right, exactly.
One of the two.
Yeah.
You can't do both.
Speaking of Cold Wars, so a Russian sub equipped with what's considered a doomsday weapon of a nuclear bomb that Russia claims to create a radioactive tsunami. Has apparently vanished.
Vanished, you say?
Yeah, from its base in the White Sea.
Oh, it's just vanished.
It's just gone.
It's out of here.
Nobody knows. But that's what subs do. They that's their job.
That literally is their
job is to vanish.
Yeah.
So apparently it's working. Is that wrong?
Huzzah!
The Russians did something right. I don't know. But
we did it.
It's scary. Yeah.
No, it's not. It's not scary.
It will be.
I'm sorry. It could create a radioactive tsunami. I'm not worried because we're too far inland. Okay. I mean, yes, with our state, it happens to be.
We're really not.
Yeah, no, we are. We're on the coast. And do you realize how big the tsunami would have to be to reach us?
Yes, 3.5 hours drive. Yeah. That's like, yeah. Mhm.
That's like all the water in the ocean collected into the Atlantic
It's-
and then went, ugh. And
It's a roughly 200 miles
yeah, that's a long way to,
to hit.
yeah, that's hard to do.
And the receding wave, woo,
Right. So
that'd be
I'm
pretty terrible.
just saying, I'm not worried about it. At the same time,
It could
though,
swallow New York City, though.
you say that like it's a bad thing. No, I'm kidding. I shouldn't say that. No, that's not nice. That's not nice. No, I mean it would. I would hate for people to die, but I'm not. I would not be upset.
Right.
I wouldn't,
You wouldn't know anything.
No, I'm fine with it.
Whatever.
No, I heard about this and I was just like, well, oh, that's okay. You know, it's
It's a nuclear sub doing what a nuclear sub does, which is
Right.
getting below radar
yeah.
and being quiet.
It's called hiding.
It's kind of why they're there.
Like you said, it's literally their job
Their job is to hide in the water
in the water.
and not be seen. So that
At
when
all.
they fire and it's done.
Right. It's like, you can't find me.
Right.
It is what it is. Like this stuff goes on. And the funny part about it is like, this is not on a lot of people's radar. A lot of people are not talking about this. What I find truly humorous,
Yeah.
honestly,
Yeah.
is how nobody's really talking about this, but everybody's all tickled pink that Justin Trudeau went bungee jumping in Canada.
I had no idea.
You didn't hear that?
No, I didn't hear about that.
Oh, yeah.
I'm actually looking for real news.
No, mine's just literally just flipping through social medias.
Oh, see, I don't do that.
No, just boredom, you know. 'Cause
I know. I don't do that.
Well, I say not boredom. Just checking, seeing who, family or whatever, and
Right.
excuse me, stuff like that.
Yeah, but I still don't do that.
No, I know. I'm just saying.
I stopped doing that a while ago. The only thing I do occasionally flip through is the TikToks, and I'm like, it's because I get a wild hair, and I'm like, you know what?
Let me check
I
something.
haven't seen the TikToks in a while.
Yeah, and that's actually where I saw this from.
Is it really?
This story,
The bungee jumping thing?
is
Or
yeah,
this story? The Russian thing?
both.
Oh, nice.
Because the way the guy did it, he walked through the door. He walks through the door, and he what? Wow. Adam
Side
W.
rail.
Johnson just sort of just derailed the whole show. Adam W. Johnson over Twitter, I thought his sub's job was to do whatever the Dom tells him to do. There you go.
Well done. Well played,
I
sir.
was not.
Well played.
I should have known better,
Yep.
but I wasn't thinking about that. But no, getting back to the vidya. So the guy comes barging through this door, and he's like, "Have you heard the news?" Like he was all half serious, but like half
Yeah.
excited. And then it's obviously him,
Right.
And
Talking
he's
to himself.
But yeah, but he's got like this hood on. He goes down the list of the missing sub. How I want to say that there was the mention of Kamala Harris's flub.
Yeah, the third one.
Where she straight up told everybody that the hurricane relief fund or whatever, the emergency fundage going down there is only going to be going to people of color and women.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. Like it goes through all of these things that are actually like going on,
Right,
that are
right,
actually
right, yeah.
important, all of this stuff. And then he just stops and goes,
No.
no, those are all good, but no. I'm talking about the one and where he's like, I'm talking about where Justin Trudeau jumped off and went bungee jumping, and then his other stuff that was all dark and doing all this stuff. He goes, well, that sounds totally exciting. I'm sure he had fun. Like it was something like that.
Great.
It was bad.
That sounds about right. Yeah, anyway, NATO has reportedly warned that the Belgorod, a massive nuclear submarine, has gone missing from a Russian base in the Arctic Circle, and officials are concerned that Russia could be gearing up to test its advanced weapon systems known as Poseidon, or the weapon of apocalypse.
Right. Oh, the other thing there where nobody's talking about is North Korea
Yeah.
launching that missile over Japan.
Yeah, and also Kamala Harris saying that North Korea was our ally. Forgot that one, didn't you?
No, I didn't hear that one.
Oh yeah, she flubbed. That was last week. She flubbed, and
No, I didn't hear that one because here's the deal. Like this, and this is where this pisses me off. Excuse me for a moment. I'm on a rant. This is what pisses me off. The entire Trump presidency. And again, we were not like sycophants. We didn't get, I mean, he did fine. He was not bad.
it was okay.
It was not bad. But this whole time, you know, especially in the beginning when he goes over there and everybody swore up and down, all the left was like, oh, he's canoodling with the enemy and he's trying to become besties and blah, 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 blah with North Korea.
Sure.
And Kamala Harris comes out and says blatantly,
It was a flub. She meant South Korea.
no, she didn't. And you damn well know she did not mean it.
That's what they're excusing it as.
Yeah.
That's what they're saying.
Yeah, whatever. I just stop it. I'm not. I can't. Pisses me off. It's aggravating, my friend. It's aggravating.
Oh, I know. Oh, and just so you know, speaking of New York City, so there's a gentleman named Alexander Wright.
Are you sure?
Yep.
You're not wrong?
Nope. Also not left. Oh. This gentleman has over 40 arrests. Yeah, I saw that too. Yeah.
James over Twitter. If you see the Russian mob in New York leave town, think canary
In the coal
mine.
Right, yeah.
It's time to get the hell out of Dodge.
Exactly. Anyway, so Alexander, he has 40 separate arrests on his record.
40.
40.
Wow. So one might call him a career criminal.
Yeah, the length of his rap sheet and the heinous nature of the violent offenses apparently hadn't been enough to keep him locked up at all.
Wow.
Yeah.
Clearly he didn't learn his lesson.
No, he hasn't. And the thing is, minutes after he got arrested the last time, he went and beat up a transit worker.
Somebody has some pent
And it
up
just
aggression.
keeps on going. So people are now in New York. This is finally the last straw for New York.
Oh, 40 is the limit.
No. 40 is the limit for this guy, but this guy is the last straw for the easy bailouts.
Oh, yeah, the whole...
Because here it is,
Yeah.
right? So last week we had a story that we didn't even get to, all right? Guy was raping women. Raping women. Got out on bail, raped 2 more women.
No, we did do that story.
Did we do that one?
Last night.
No, it wasn't last night. Did we do it last night? Okay.
That was the guy that,
Yeah.
that like 45 minutes or something right after he got out.
Yeah.
It was assaulting and raping women.
No. This was a different story.
Oh, then it was different.
Yeah, this was different. Raped. Not just assault.
Yeah.
Raped.
No,
Like rape.
like bad rape
Bad rape. Yeah, not just assault.
or pepper.
Right. But the rapes. Twice
Oh,
before he got caught again.
jeez, oh Pete.
It's not just that. It's not the people that get arrested for anything, then get out, and then do the exact same thing 20 times over before they get arrested again. No, nothing like that. Not at all. That's fine. The straw that broke the camel's back is this one guy that decided to, after 40 arrests, go beat up a transit worker. That's the straw.
Which I'm sorry just makes me giggle. I know they shouldn't giggle at that, but it does.
That's
it's just
like
fantastic to me.
40 separate violent offenses.
And he's just like, no, let me handle it.
40.
Again, there's some pent up aggression there that needs to be properly dealt with.
Yeah, dude, boxing ring, something like go.
I don't know. He's one of them guys that might kill somebody in the ring.
with the gloves on.
Right. Just so you know, he may die. What?
What?
I'm sorry?
Huh?
Wow.
But that's the thing, like
40 arrests.
47, and this is the last straw. Now everybody in New York's like, we might need to work on this again.
You think?
Maybe this whole letting people off is not really a great thing.
Well, real fast, that's going to travel over into here.
Yep.
Around the Charlotte area.
They're
the
now doing
Sheriff's
catch and
Department.
go. Yeah, catch and release.
No. The Sheriff's Department has now decided that they're not going to pull anybody now for non-moving violations.
That's right. You did send me that. I forgot to pull that.
That's not important, but I'm just saying that kind of stuff is moving down here, and the problem with it is by the time it gets here, just like up there, they're realizing it doesn't work.
Yeah.
John Adams once said, "But a constitution of government once changed from freedom can never be restored. Liberty once lost is lost forever." Nearly 250 years after Adams famously wrote those words to his wife, have you been left wondering if liberty is indeed lost forever? Many people are feeling that way, and who can blame them when they hear things like,
"History is truly at a turning point. We do not yet know the full extent and the systemic and structural changes which will happen. However, we do know that global energy systems, food systems, and supply chains will be deeply affected."
with talk like that, maybe liberty is dead.
And now's the time when things are shifting. There's going to be a new world order out there.
Or is it? From the people behind the #1 critical thinking podcast in the world comes Reviving Liberty, a podcast experience unlike anything you've heard before. Join your host, Andrew Coppins, on a path towards rediscovering what liberty is and how we can apply it in today's age of darkness and tyranny. Get ready for a liberty mindset in your life. Andrew will be with you soon, taking the first steps on the path toward reviving liberty with you. In the meantime, don't forget to subscribe on your favorite podcasting platform and engage with the show by visiting revivingliberty.com and follow Andrew on social media at The Coppin Show.
This is Defenders Live.
Yay!
Oh.
So 3 major medical groups
Uh-huh.
called on the Justice Department to investigate, quote, coordinated campaigns, end quotes.
Coordinated it?
Mm-hmm. It's like dandruff, but worse.
Oh.
Of disinformation about transgender operations that led to threats and intimidation.
Really?
Yeah, a letter signed by the American Medical Association was sent Monday to the U.S. Attorney General Merrick Garland at the Department of Justice.
Okay.
Quote, coordinated attacks threatened federally protected rights to health care for patients and their families. The attacks are rooted in the international campaign of disinformation, where a few high-profile users on social media share false and misleading information, targeting individual physicians and hospitals, resulting in a rapid escalation of threats, harassment, and disruption of care across multiple jurisdictions. End quote.
Can you be more direct about this? Because I don't know. Like that jumble of words.
That was a lot of stuff to say
Nothing. You
Yeah.
literally said nothing.
Yeah.
From what I've gathered, we are concerned that some people made some threats online.
Yep. And it comes
because of some stuff that some other people said.
Yeah, some stuff and things and stuff.
People have said stuff online which have made other people say stuff online, and we're scared.
Right.
That's
basically
Is that what it is?
That's what I'm picking up on.
I don't
too.
see any direct threats. I don't see any direct harassment. I don't see nothing there.
Yeah. That's like your kid saying he won't stop touching me, and the other kid's like not. Yeah, he's acting like he is, but he's not.
Mm-hmm.
It's you slap the one bitching about it because he's like, he didn't touch you. Shut up. Let me slap you one more time.
Let me touch you.
Let me touch you in the name of Jesus.
I'm gonna lay hands.
Lay hands on you. Letter also called on media companies to stop the campaigns from spreading on their platforms. Quote, our organization has called on technology companies to do more to prevent the practice on digital platforms, and we now urge your office to take swift action to investigate and prosecute all organizations, individuals, and entities responsible. End quote.
It's once again, try Jesus, not me, because I lay hands.
Right. Mm-hmm. I do, in and out a good way. The letter was also signed by the American Academy of Pediatrics and the Children's Hospital Association.
Oh, is that the same group that was saying that it's perfectly okay for children to have full-blown hormone blockers
Yes.
and surgeries?
Yeah, that's why.
Is that what we're talking about here?
Yeah, see, if you notice, and even though this article is from a right-leaning organization, it pulls a lot of that
information from those other leftists.
Well, but I was going to say, like they're using very much media spin, which
Verbiage.
is because you notice that the very first name was mentioned had nothing to do with children.
No,
it was
just overall medical.
It was overall medical, but then real quick, buried in the middle, just a single line or a single sentence paragraph.
Yeah.
The letter was also signed by the American Pediatric Academy and Children's Hospital Association.
Right.
Good for you, you jackass. The three groups were likely referring to outrage results from the posts from the popular Libs of TikTok account that exposes what many would consider to be outrageous transgender operations.
So you exposed an honest thing by an organization. Then they went back after you got screenshots. Then they went back and doctored all of it to say that it didn't happen and that it will not happen.
Right.
And so now they're saying you need to stop this because we're getting threats and stuff because we were in the wrong technically.
But they're not going to admit they're wrong.
Right. So something I learned today. Something else I learned today.
Yeah.
So defamation has a different definition in Japan.
Okay. Oh, and I saw that video too.
Did you really?
Yeah.
So defamation is different in Japan, if anybody needs to know. And the reason why I bring it up is because this would be considered defamation of a business or an organization in Japan.
Yes.
Whether or not, because here's the deal.
Because they're all about honor in Japan.
Honor and face.
Right.
So you have to be able to always be able to show face. And if, so here's the deal, right? So here, defamation is if you say something not true. About an organization that defames them, that's defamation, right?
Right.
That, if you disrespect them in the public space and it's a lie.
Right.
Okay, that's defamation. In Japan, if you publicly disrespect an individual or organization, whether it is a lie or it is honest, if you do it in public or through public forum, you can be sued.
Right.
You can be sued directly, and you will be charged directly.
Yep. I saw that video.
That is the weirdest.
It's weird. But when you think about it, though, when you think about
their society,
culture,
that makes perfect sense.
It makes perfect sense.
Right, because you always have to be able to save face.
Right.
It's always about the honor of your family name. It's always about the honor of your name and your face and how you're represented. But at the same point in time, it's real.
Yeah, because that's a hard line to walk, even for them. Because again, if you think about it, let's say a company, somebody who works for a company is doing something they shouldn't do.
Right.
Well, you can't sit here and say, well, that company, because there's people in that company that aren't doing that.
Right. You can say that this specific person in the company is doing this.
Right. And even then, you'd have to be careful because, again, even if you have proof,
you still can't do it publicly. You have to do it behind closed doors so that they can save face.
Right.
And that is not what we do here in America.
No,
we don't do that.
Not even a little
We post that
bit.
on Facebook immediately.
Not even a little bit.
Like the Facebooks and the TikToks get it immediately.
Yep.
But that's the thing. We need this stuff. We need this presented to us. And the reason why is because people don't see it.
No.
People don't see it otherwise.
No, and I don't believe it half the daggone time either. James over on Twitter, when asking what would Jesus do, remember, flipping tables and chasing people with whips is a possibility.
It is, very much so. Depends on the circumstance.
Right. I'm just saying.
It's there. It is definitely there. He will most likely turn the other cheek, but given the right circumstance.
Yeah, there's a line.
And you don't need to cross it.
And that, my friends, is what true Christianity is. Finding where Jesus' line was. Seriously, if you think about it.
No, we did.
Like, and how do you do that? You get to know the person, so you build a relationship with Jesus.
Which means you got to read his word.
Right, and if you do all this stuff, if you truly build a relationship with Jesus, you will eventually learn where that line is. That line is teeny tiny.
It's very small.
Very fine.
Uh-huh.
I'm reminded of hair a gnat's ass type hair.
Very thin.
Very thin, hard to see, borderline microscopic, but it's there.
It is there.
And you'll only find it in a relationship with Jesus. So there you go. Don't worry about that whole going to hell, going to heaven thing. You want to figure out how all that where his line was. Why did he say on one hand turn to the other cheek and then go into the temple and tear everything up? You want to find where that line of distinction is, that demarcation. There you go.
Yeah. Speaking of Jesus, everybody talks about Jesus is black, Jesus is white, Jesus is whatever. Right? They're talking about his race and all this stuff.
I don't care, but go
yeah,
ahead.
I do know one thing. Jesus is definitely not
a wuss. Oh,
Asian, or else they wouldn't let him take the wheel.
They say when they put a group of women together that after a while their cycles sync.
They do.
I think we've been together too long because our TikToks have synced. Because I saw that same thing. I've heard that same joke.
That was like a month and a half ago for me. That's the same.
No, mine was about 2 weeks ago.
Well,
but still, yeah.
there.
See, it's too.
When you
close
like the things too much.
You're too close together.
Yeah.
It's what I'm saying.
Well, we do send stuff to each other.
That's true too.
Like the Wolves of Glendale. I want to get them on. I want to get them on the show.
Okay.
I want to get them on the show.
Okay.
They've been on other podcasts.
All right.
And they have their own podcast.
All right. Either you reach
I'm
out.
gonna go look.
Get,
I'm gonna go see if I can get them on because I just want to talk jokes with them because that's all they do is joke comedy and that's amazing to me.
I'm just saying. Then
and they're all technically like one of the guys is specifically classically trained musician.
Yeah, I'm saying either reach out to him
It's
or
the percussionist.
get a hold of Eden and have her do it. One of the two, whichever you think will get it.
I want to get those guys on because those are funny guys, and I just want to shoot the shit with them for an hour,
Just a little bit.
just to have just the jokes and jokes, because
Jokes and things.
Yeah.
Things and jokes.
Mm-hmm. So heading back up to the New Yorks.
James over on Twitter, he did it all without sitting in the process. That is definitely a fine line.
That's right.
And that's my point. That's it. That's how that's what,
righteous anger, sir.
Right.
Righteous.
That's what that's the meat. That's the good stuff you get out of being a Christian. It's not the whole, well, I don't go to hell, I'm going to heaven thing. That's
No, it's finding the line where you're supposed to act.
right. That's just
where you need to act and react. That's where you're going to go on that one. We're working toward it.
right.
So back in the New York cities,
Okay.
left wing, New York governor,
Uh-huh.
local yokel.
Oh, Kathy Hochul.
That's right. It's calling for the President Joe Biden's to come up with a federal solution for the thousands of illegal immigrants who were being bused to New York City.
Why?
Because they're being bused in New York City.
Aren't you a sanctuary city?
Yes, they are, but she wants the federal government to step in and fix this.
You're a sanctuary city.
New York City is now officially the first sanctuary city to announce that they want the federal government to get rid of the illegal immigrants.
Well, then you can't call yourself a sanctuary city. You can't. Like, I understand Hochul came in kind of in the middle of all this stuff. She wasn't, she was not governor during all this crap. I understand all that. Having said that, though, she had to have been there living there long enough to be able to be elected. So she knew it was there. So she knows it's in place. So to sit there and do that is just stupid.
Yeah. She goes on to say things like, we've been working almost hourly with the city of New York since the migrants started arriving. And it's something that we're working for, first of all, to say human beings should not be used as political pawns.
Whoa. I'm sorry. Say that one more time for the folks in the back.
It is something that we're working, first of all, to say that human beings should not be used as political pawns. I wish you actually were
I wish you
honest
actually
about
believed
it.
that.
I wish you were honest about that and you believed in that.
Yeah, that would be fantastic if you really genuinely thought that was true.
By having a sanctuary state and a sanctuary city, you don't believe that.
Right. And you prove that because I guarantee you if up until they showed up in buses, y'all were all about...
Didn't care about it.
How loud was AOC screaming, separation of families and children and this.
Crying at the fence outside of the parking lot so that didn't actually have anything going on so that she could produce a show of it. Yeah, no. She continues on saying, once they come here, they need a place to stay and a transition time, and usually upwards of a week in order to get their feet on the ground and find a place to live. This is just a temporary situation, but absolutely, we're working with the federal government as well. I've raised this with the White House, and this calls for a federal solution.
No, it doesn't.
Actually, no, hold on.
It's called you painted yourself into a corner.
No, it does. It does. But it's the solution that we all know is going to have to happen, which is close the border.
And ship these people back out.
Ship them back out and close the border for a while.
Yeah.
That's what the federal activity should be.
Yeah.
Why? Because there are too many.
Well, it's not just too many. You're doing it wrong.
Yeah,
you're letting
them in illegally. You're not making them go through the checkpoints. You're not making them go through the legal process.
Right.
So close the border, build the wall or fence or whatever else. I don't care. Just build it. Make it so they can't cross over.
Yeah. Do whatever it is you need to do, but...
And then, at that point, start letting people through. But everybody has to be checked. Everything has to be settled.
I mean, y'all asked for this. New York, you asked for this. This is the
California,
stuff,
you asked for this.
Yeah, this is literally the stuff y'all sat there and like, it should be fine. It should be fine.
Yes,
it should be fine.
right.
You know what? Let's be realistic. It was fine when the trickle of illegals going into California were just slipping through from coming up from Arizona and Tijuana and all that jazz.
And it was fine when it was heading into Texas and in Louisiana and being shipped to Florida.
That little vein from Tijuana was that was it. That little bitty spot. I mean, I'm sure they were coming in other places, but that was the consistent drip.
Coming through the warehouses.
Right. And California could handle it because they're like, you know what? It's fine. They're coming into here and they're dispersing out everywhere else. It's okay. We're good.
Even if they're committing a whole bunch of crime along the way.
Right. But then you start going, well, let's pander to people. Let's try and win people over through fallacies. And we're going to make this all into something is really not. And we're going to sit here and go, well, let's you should let everyone in. And now that everyone's come in and you're being sent to you,
because you're the sanctuary state,
suddenly you don't like it.
Because you can't support them.
You couldn't support yourselves. You damn sure can't support them.
Which is why you don't become a sanctuary city/state.
It's so stupid. Stupid is, stupid does.
Yep. That's it. Yeah. So this is a weird one. And
how weird?
It's weird because, mind you, it doesn't make sense to me.
Okay, how does it not make sense to you?
Here we go.
Lay it on me.
A Massachusetts man charged with allegedly murdering his mother.
Oh, what a douche.
Committed suicide in jail this weekend.
That sucks. That's sad.
Here's the weird part.
Mm-hmm.
He committed suicide by choking on wet toilet paper.
How's that weird?
Choking on wet toilet paper.
How is that weird? How is that weird?
There's absolutely no way you're going to commit suicide that way.
I'm sorry. What?
There's absolutely no way that
yes, there is.
No, there's not.
There absolutely is.
The minimum gag rate. Look, you're going to shove a giant wad of wet toilet paper into your throat and let yourself choke.
I'm going to prove it to you. You ready?
Yeah.
Has your toilet never clogged with toilet paper?
I mean, yeah, it has.
Oh, wait. And that toilet paper's wet, right?
But that's not what I'm talking about.
No, but it is.
That's not what I'm talking about. Here's why.
I'm waiting.
Here's what I mean. The idea of choking, by the way, is terrible.
No, that sucks.
Yeah. But your body has its own reaction to forcibly try to remove said things that are choking it.
I got that.
The moment that your body goes into that spasming thing, it will try to expel the toilet paper unless
Right.
it's been shoved down deep.
There you go.
And you're saying that this guy had the ability to shove that toilet paper deep enough to choke himself?
Sorry. There's a lot there.
I know there was.
But yes, think about it. Like if he truly wants to do it, he could have unrolled the whole thing, took a good chunk of that sucker, made it even lightly wet. It doesn't have to be dripping, lightly wet, and then just went, and you're done.
How?
Can I help you?
What's up, child?
Good Lord, Joker.
No, she's a broccoli.
Celery, gotta be
VeggieTales.
Okay.
This is bothering.
But that's first of all possible. It's a
first of all, it's
horrible
single
way to
ply.
go.
It's single ply.
I know.
You and I both know single ply vanishes. Like
I know, but that's why I say if you unrolled the whole roll, it's possible.
he would literally have to shove the entire roll in his mouth.
I agree. I'm not saying it's fun. I'm not saying but it's doable.
It's highly unlikely.
No.
Yes.
No.
Incredibly unlikely that he would commit suicide in that fashion. I
don't think. Maybe I don't. Maybe it does. I totally. It tracks for me as far as
it doesn't track as far as the effort involved to get it done.
No, again, I still think it does.
It doesn't. Not to me, anyway.
I must be missing something because it's.
It's the difficulty involved.
Okay. You know what we're doing? We're doing this all wrong.
Okay.
Adam W. Johnson is listening.
Yes.
Right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
The man happens to be a custodial.
That has nothing to do with this.
Listen. No. He is a custodial engineer.
I understand that.
Okay.
That has nothing
But
to do with
listen,
this.
let me shut the hell up and let me finish. If anybody deals with wet one-ply toilet paper on a regular basis, right, who would be an expert on it, it would be him. So I say
we let it go.
What we do is, yes, we
send it to Adam.
Yeah, we divert it. What's the word I'm looking for? Not divert. I don't know. We pass it off to Adam. Adam, your opinion, sir, would be grand in this situation. I think it's possible.
Defer.
Thank you. I don't know where the hell I was going. Defer to your expertise. If you would be so kind as to throw us a tweet here within the next 7 minutes, that would be fantastic. On what you think in listening to this, based off of, again, your expertise in the field, is that plausible? Is that possible? Whatever. Because I think it is. Only because of the fact that I've seen toilets flow or get clogged up. Now, I understand that unlike a toilet, like you said, the human body has mechanisms for trying to expel this stuff to keep you alive. And to do it to yourself is a very difficult thing to do.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay?
He was also on watch.
I don't believe...
On suicide watch.
Well, they're always... the first, in the beginnings of it, you're always on watch. But I don't think it's outside the realm of possibility, because also so is hanging yourself or shooting yourself. Like, I understand, like, the shooting part is a little bit faster, but it's still that moment of, putting the gun to your head or putting the noose around your neck or doing whatever. There's that moment of, it's all tough regardless. But I'm just saying, I would defer it to him. He's going to be our resident, single ply toilet paper expert. And unless he comes back with some smart alecky comment of like, well, we don't do single ply, we actually do double, then his expertise is null in this situation. Because
Right. Yeah.
we're talking about single ply.
This is definitely going to be single ply. And, that's just, he was on suicide watch. Every 15 minutes, they had to go check on him.
Yeah, but so was Epstein.
Yeah, but we know that was paid off.
What are you saying?
He didn't kill himself.
What are you?
We all know that. Everybody understands this.
What?
Jeffrey Epstein didn't kill himself. Do I need to find the button again?
This is news to me. What? I don't understand.
Do I need to find the button somewhere again?
Where is that button?
It's on the other thing. It's on here.
Oh, it's not even open.
Yeah, it's not open right now.
I'm just saying. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. So a pro quilt bag rights group in Virginia has allegedly began to crowdsource funding for students who, quote, need to leave their home because their parents or guardians do not support their so-called gender identity.
Oh, God.
Late last month, the group known as Pride Liberation Project
Wow, that, oh, God, I can't.
made its most pronounced statement yet, convincing thousands of Virginian students to participate in an orchestrated walkout to protest the draft of a new state policy that would compel students to use the restroom and play a sport on the teams in which their corresponding biological sex, and forbidding them from concealing students' preferred names and pronouns from their parents. So forcing students to play ball with the people that they can actually play ball with, and also making sure that parents understand when children are saying that they have a preferred name or pronoun.
I love how they call it liberation, like, you know, these people are being tortured.
Yeah, right.
But they're not being tortured. Like, this is not, you know, the days of slavery from way back when, you know, 100, 200 years ago. You know, this is not, you know, I know, I see it. We'll read it in a second. This is not, you know, all that other stuff, you know, the Irish and the Italians. This is not the Japanese during World War II. This is not actual harassment and punishment just because somebody doesn't call you what you think you should be called, because you, as far as I'm concerned, in my 2 cents, are suffering from some kind of mental delusion.
Right.
It's not everybody else's problem and responsibility.
This is not the Irish Liberation Army.
Right. You can't say that. You can't compare the two.
Right.
Any stretch of the imagination, because just because I choose or decide or whatever, if I don't want to play your insane game, because that's, in my opinion, what this is.
Yes.
If I don't want to play your mental game, that is not the same thing as you being ripped from your family, possibly in the middle of the night, under force and put into and subjected to hard labor.
Right. It's
demeaned, and I mean deliberately demeaned, just because you choose and say, "Well, this is what I identify as." You know,
telling
what?
students that it's okay to go out and find a person that that believes in what they believe in and go live with them instead of under their parents' ruling. You know, that's, and then finding financing so that they can pull them out of their parents' houses, that these kids' parents' houses.
Yeah, and it's only and the way they paint the parents is, oh, they don't support it just because the parents go.
Like, no, these parents are probably supporting their kid. They're just not supporting that idea.
That's what I meant. Is because they say, well, you know, they'll question it or they'll do whatever because they're not going along. You know, going along with it,
the new idea, the
without
new philosophy.
Right, just because they're not going along with it with no questions asked. It suddenly they're not being supportive, and that's
different.
So
being supportive of your child and agreeing with everything they say is very different.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. I mean, your job is to be a parent, and your job is to point out when they're doing something that
incorrect,
and not even just incorrect. Forget the fact of, you know, okay, so society is leaning this way for people being able to decide things. Well, your job as what's supposed to be an intelligent adult is to be able to sit here and say, okay, that works. You want to do that? That's cool. Look at least what could happen down the road.
Yeah.
And the problem with it is everybody else is going, well, no, we're going to still be called this because we're going to just make society change.
Yeah. We're going to force society to change instead of just...
And society's not going to do that.
Instead of just saying that, okay, well, you have your opinion and I have mine.
Right. That's not...
Right.
So
because
stupid.
I need everybody to, you know, tell me that I'm right.
And validate what I'm doing, because for some reason I can't. That's the only place I find my identity in.
I can't have actual self-validation.
In normal things in life. You know, I'm good at chess or good at singing or I love gardening or whatever.
So I have to come up with some weird thing.
Yeah, none of that other stuff counts for anything. No. It's only my sexual orientation or, you know, identification. That's just, and you're a failing parent. I'm sorry if you don't try to at least
or a failing gay community.
Right.
You are definitely a failing quilt bag community for doing this. Great job. Great job in failing people.
So stupid.
Yep.
And finally, Adam W. Johnson, our resident custodial engineer over on Twitter. Commercial toilet paper would take a lot.
A lot.
to completely jam your throat.
Yep.
And your survival instincts, speaking from my cop experience, would have you trying to remove it even if you are trying to commit suicide. So, I am going to say it is possible, but not probable.
Yeah, it's highly unlikely.
I'm
Thank you, Adam.
I-
Thank you.
And see, I was not arguing the probable argument. I'm arguing the possible because it sounded like you were arguing that it was not possible.
Oh, no. I'm saying it was not probable. It was highly unlikely, is what I said. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, but how else would he die if they...
Somebody shoved it down his throat and held him there.
And maybe.
With his mouth closed.
And maybe.
So he couldn't push it back up.
And maybe. I mean, he allegedly killed his mom.
Yeah, and I'm sure that somebody didn't like that.
They do that to child rapists.
People don't like mom killers and child rapists. What are you going to say?
Here's bring the Charmin.
Right.
You won't have to use so much toilet paper
Exactly.
next time.
That's what you do. Soft and strong, buddy.